The question is 19th question A part, in which we have to calculate the goodwill for the retiring partner, and this is the case of death. In the death, the same procedure will follow. So whatever instruction has been given in the question regarding the calculation of goodwill, we have to follow. So as per the 19th question, first we have to calculate the goodwill for the retiring partner or the partner who has been died. Here PRS are the partnership sharing 4/8, 3/8 and 1/8 profit respectively. And another partnership deed on the death of any partner, his share of goodwill is to be valued at 1/2 of the net profit credited to his capital account during the last 4 completed years. Books of accounts closed on 31st March. R died on 1st April 2018. The firm's profit for the last 4 years were as follows, like profit, and there is a loss, then there is a profit. 3 years. In the 3 years there is profit, and then in 1 year there is a loss. Determine the amount that should be credited to R in respect of his goodwill. Pass journal entry for the adjustment of goodwill among the, assuming that profit sharing ratio between PS in the future will be 3:2. Show your working clearly. So this is a question that we have to do. These are the profit of last 4 years. Profit and loss and profit. First of all, R died on 1st April 2018. R share 3/8. So we have to calculate R share out of all the profits. 1,20,000. 3/8 of 1,20,000 is 45,000. How you calculate? 1,20,000 into 3/8. So there you will get 45,000. And here also, that is 60,000 into 3/8. 60,000. It's 20,000. Sorry, 20,000 into 3/8, and then 80,000. So we have to calculate the profit for 80,000 into 3/8. So likewise you have to calculate the R share, and then add up all these and deduct this, because this is a loss. 45,000 plus 22,500 minus 7,500 plus 30,000, that will be 90,000. So 90,000 is the total profit of the last 4 years. Then what happened, that our share of goodwill is, he said that make it half. Whatever capital, he said that his share of goodwill is to be calculated at 1/2 of the net profit credited to his capital account. First I have calculated that how much amount is credited to his capital account, means to credit to our capital account. Then I have just make the half of it, that is 45,000. This is the our share of goodwill, 45,000. Now I have to calculate the gaining ratio. So what is the formula of gaining ratio? New minus old. So new minus old means this is the new, this is the old. So 4, there is a gain of 4, and this is the new, this is the old. So there is a gain of basically. So there is a 16 minus 5, 11/40. That is the gaining ratio of S. So there is a gaining ratio for P and S, 4:11. This is the ratio, gaining ratio for P and S. As R is retiring, R is died in this question, then R's capital account will be credited with his share of goodwill, that is 45,000. And what about P and S? They both are gaining. P's capital account will be debited, S capital account debited, because they both are gaining with their share. So 45,000 will be divided between P and S in ratio 4:11. Fine. In this way you will calculate the share of P. 45,000 into 4/15, 12,000. And for S, 45,000 into 11/15 is 33,000. So they both will be debited in this case, because if the partner is going out of the business in the case of retirement or in the case of death, his capital account will be credited, and debit we will do the capital account of those partner who are gaining after his death or retirement. So here P and S both are gaining in the ratio 4:11. That is why the R goodwill will be divided between these two in the gaining ratio. Suppose if one partner is not gaining, then his capital will not be debited, and instead of gaining he is sacrificing. Then what we have to do with the capital of old partner? We have to credit that partner's capital. Suppose there is a next question, that is the 20th. Surendra, Ramesh and Naresh Mohan are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio 2:1, ratio 2:1. On the retirement of Naresh, the goodwill was valued at 72,000. So this is the total goodwill. You have to take out the share of retiring partner. Surendra, Ramesh and Mohan decided to share future profit equally and pass the necessary journal entries for the treatment of goodwill. So in this case, we have to calculate the gearing ratio of S and R. S 2/6 minus that is 2/6 is the ratio, old ratio, minus 1/3. So in this case, he is not gaining anything, 0/6. And for R, 1/6 minus 1/3, we are having the 1/6. So this is the old ratio and this is the new ratio. So then that means he is gaining. The answer is in negative, he is gaining. In the case of gaining ratio, it's better to deduct new minus old. So the formula should new minus old, the formula should be like this. If the answer comes in a positive, that means he is gaining. If answer comes in negative, that is sacrificing. Anyway, you can see in this way also, 1/6 I'm sure minus, that is the old ratio, and this is the new, and then you have to take the 1/6 gaining, because this is the new, that is more than the older one. So 1/6 is gaining. So they both are gaining, and in this way we have to debit all the partner who is gaining. Ramesh capital account debit, Mohan's capital account debit to Naresh capital account. Naresh share in this case is 72,000 and Naresh share is 2/6. So we have to calculate 72,000 into 2/6, like Naresh share of goodwill 24,000. 72,000 into 2/6, that is 24,000. This is the total goodwill, and you have to calculate the share of Naresh. 72,000 into 2/6, this will be 24,000. And then Naresh capital account will be credited 24,000, and then Ramesh capital account will be debited 12,000. Mohan's capital account will be debited 12,000, because they both are gaining in the equal ratio. As you have seen that R's gaining ratio 1/6 and M gaining ratio 1/6, and S is not gaining and not sacrificing. So they both are equal, 1:1. That is why 1:1, 12,000 ratio, 12,000, 12,000. Now 421st question. Arjun, Bhim and Nakul are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 14:5:6 respectively. Bhim retires and surrender 525 share in the favor of Arjun. So we have to directly given the Bhim share. So here the Bhim share is 5/25, and that is given to in favor of Arjun. So whole of the Bhim share is going to Arjun. Nothing he has been given to the Nakul. So Nakul is not gaining after the retirement of Bhim. So in this case, we will use only Arjun's capital account, that will be debited, and we have to ignore Nakul capital account. The goodwill of the firm is valued at 2-year purchase of super profit. So here super profit is there based on average profit of the last 3 years. The profit of the last 3 years 50,000, 60,000 and 55,000. We have to take out the average profit, and then we have to calculate the normal profit. Normal profit is already given. Normal profit of the firm, similar firm, are 30,000, and goodwill already appear in the books of the firm as 75,000. The profit for the firm for the year ending Bhim's retirement was 1 lakh. Give the necessary journal entries to adjust the goodwill and to distribute the profit. Show your working clearly. So here goodwill is already given in the balance sheet. When goodwill is written, goodwill is already given in the balance sheet. So when the goodwill is already given in the balance sheet, then you have to write off that goodwill. For writing off the goodwill, you have to do what you have to do. You have to make all partners capital account debit to goodwill account. All partners capital account debit. All means Arjun, Bhim, Nakul. All the partners will be debited and goodwill will be credited in this case. Fine. So this is a journal entry for writing of goodwill. All partners capital account debit to goodwill account in old ratio. Fine. This is you have to write off the goodwill, whatever given in the balance sheet first of all. So here first of all the goodwill will write off. Arjun capital account debit 42,000. Bhim's capital account debit 15,000. Nakul's capital account debit 18,000. That is, and the goodwill is 75,000. That will be write off in all the partners in old ratio. Likewise. Then we have to calculate the sacrificing and gaining ratio in this case. First of all, I am calculating the goodwill. Goodwill 45. The whole 3-year profit are given, and I have to take the average of profit, that is 55,000. So after taking the average of profit, normal profit is given, and super profit, the formula of super profit is average profit minus normal profit. So after deducting normal profit from average, we will get the super profit, that is 30,000. And then it is said in the question that 2-year purchase had been given. So goodwill is to be calculated is equal to super profit into 2 year of purchase. So goodwill of the firm will be 50,000. Now I have to calculate the Bhim share. 50,000 into 5/25, that is 10,000. And now Beam's share is whole going in the favor of Arjun, so that is why Arjun capital account will be debited 10,000 to Beam's capital account with the 10,000. That is the share of Beam. We will not using Nakul because he is not gaining after the retirement of Beam. So in this way you will do the entry. This is journal entry. Now for calculating the Arjun's share, 14 by 25 was his share, and then 525 is coming from Beam. So after adding up, we will get the Arjun share 19 by 25, and Nakul share will be the same 6 by 25 because he is not getting anything from Beam. So 19:6, that is the new ratio between Arjun and Nakul. And now profit and loss is given in the firm after the retirement of Beam, that is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh will be distributed, will be in new profit sharing ratio. Likewise, profit and loss appropriation account debit 1 lakh to Arjun's capital account to Nakul's capital account in the ratio of 19:6, that is 76,000 and 24,000. So 1 lakh is to be divided into 19:6. So 1 lakh into 19 by 25, 1 lakh into 6 by 25, and you will get 76,000 for the Arjun, and for Nakul you will get 24,000. Fine. Now 22nd question, A part. A, B, C are partners sharing profit in the ratio of 6:4:5, and their capital were rupees 1,80,000 and 60,000. On 1st April 2018, B retired from the firm, and new profit sharing ratio between A and C was decided as 11:4. On B's retirement, the goodwill of the firm was valued at 1,80,000. This is the total goodwill of the firm, and you have to take the B's share. Showing your calculation clearly, pass necessary journal entry for the treatment of goodwill in case of B's retirement. So I have taken the formula. A, B, C are the partners. 6:4:5 is the profit sharing ratio, old profit sharing ratio. Now capital is 1,80,000 and 60,000 for A, B and C. On 1st April, B retired, and here new profit sharing ratio between A and C is 11:4. So after deducting new minus old, you will get the gaining or sacrificing ratio. So 6 by 15 is the old ratio, 11 by 15 is new. So here new is the more, so 5 by 15 gaining, and here the new is more, so new is less, so he is sacrificing. So in this case, A is gaining and C is sacrificing for B. Now B's share of goodwill 1,80,000 into 4 by 5, that is 1 lakh, that is 48,000. 48,000 is B's share of goodwill. Now in the case of C, because C is sacrificing here, so C will be credited also. So there is a total goodwill 1,80,000 into C's share of sacrificing, that is 1 by 15, that is 12,000. So we are having two amount which will be credited, B's share capital account and C's share capital account, because he is sacrificing in this case. So because he is sacrificing for the goodwill, he is sacrificing with the partner who is retiring. So that is why his capital will be again credited in the case of reconstitution of partnership firm. So entry will be A's capital account debit to B's capital account to C's capital account. B's capital account will be credited with 48,000. C's capital account will be credited with 12,000, and adding up will get the A's capital account debit 60,000. Otherwise, you can also calculate the share of A by taking 1,80,000 into 5 by 15. You will get 60,000. So in this way, you will do the question. Suppose the partner is gaining, then he will be debited. Partner is sacrificing, because as C is sacrificing over there, so C's capital account will be credited. Now in 23rd question, A, B, C, D are partners sharing profit in the ratio of 5:3:3:1. On the retirement of C, goodwill was valued at 3,60,000, and C's share of goodwill will be adjusted into capital account. A, B and D partner pass necessary journal entry for the treatment of goodwill when new profit sharing ratio is decided as 9:2:1. So here in this question, there are 4 partners, and now we have to calculate who is sacrificing and who is gaining in this case. After deducting new minus old, I am getting that that is the new is more than old, so 4 by 12 is gaining. Here also 1 by 12 is sacrificing. C in the case, C is the retiring, so, and D in the case, nothing gain and nothing sacrifice. So here is one partner is gaining, another is sacrificing. Now C's share of goodwill is 3,60,000 into 3 by 12 will get 90,000. That is the C's share of goodwill, 90,000. And then B's share of goodwill, because he is also sacrificing, so that is the total goodwill 3,60,000. We have to take the sacrificing share. So 3,60,000 into 1 by 12 will get the B's share, 30,000. Now A's capital account will be debited 1,20,000. We can also calculate 1,20,000 by 3,60,000 into 4 by 12 will get 1,20,000. To C's capital account 90,000, to B's capital account 30,000, and in this way there is an adjustment of goodwill on C's retirement. D's account will not be debited or credited. Why? Because he is not sacrificing and gaining. A is gaining, that is why debit, and B is sacrificing, that is why credit. Now in the case of 25th question, X, Y and Z are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. Y retires selling his share to X and Z in the ratio 3,60,000 for his share 1,60,000 rupees, 1 lakh being paid by X and 60,000 by Z. The profit of the year after Y's retirement rupees 2,40,000. Pass entries to record the sale of Y's share to X and Z and distribute the profit between X and Z. So we are having the profit after the retirement. So here we have to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. So how you will calculate the new profit sharing ratio? First of all, we have to calculate the Y's share that has been sold out. So here that is Z share. Z is retiring over there. No, Y is selling his share to X and Z. So Y is retiring over there and he is sacrificing, he is giving his share to X and Z in the ratio 1,60,000. So this is the ratio Z ratio X. So Z share is 60,000 and X is 1 lakh. So you have to calculate the ratio 3:5. That is 3:5. So that means Z and X is purchasing from Y in the ratio 3:5. Now what is Y's share? Y's share is 2 by 6. So we have to calculate the for X share 2 by 6 into 5 by 8. That will be 10 by 48. And for Z share 2 by 6 into 3 by 8. That will be 6 by 48. So this is the Y's share. And we have to divide this Y's share into Z and X in the ratio 3:5. So for Z 3 by 8 because that is 3. And for X 5 by 8 because that is 5, and we are getting the 10 by 48 and 6 by 48. This is the share they are getting from Y. Now we have to add up in their respective ratio. So for X share old share plus gaining share, that is 3 by 6 into 10 by 48, we are getting 34 by 48, and for Y share 1 by 6 plus 6 by 48, we are getting 18 by 48, that is. So for Z share it will be 8 plus 6 14, so 14 by 48, so 34:14, that is a 34, and that is 14 new profit sharing ratio between X and Z, that is 17:7. And this we will calculate as given in the question that Y is retiring and he is selling his share to X and Z for 1,60,000. So we have to calculate Y's capital account will be. So in this way you have to pass the entry. Z's capital account debit 60,000, X capital account debit 1 lakh, to Y's capital account credit 1,60,000. In this way you will pass the entry, and the nation will be that Y's capital account has been purchased by Z and X. So because he is giving his share, so that is why credit, and they are purchasing, so that will be debited. Now profit and loss appropriation account will be credited to remaining partner share. Profit and loss appropriation account debit to X capital account to Z's capital account in the ratio 2,40,000 is the profit, and that will be divided into new ratio 1,70,000 and 70,000, because new ratio have been calculated, that is 17:7. So 2,40,000 will be divided into 17:7. Now 26th question. This is the question of revolution account. So this is the ABC are the partner sharing profit loss in the ratio 5:3:2. Their balance sheet is like this. These are the very important adjustments of revaluation account given in this question. Bad debts amounting to 10,000 were to be written off. Provision for doubtful debts maintained at the existing rate. So the rate means the whatever rate this provision for doubtful debts is to be calculated to debtor, the same rate will follow for the next one. An unrecorded creditor 20,000 will be taken into account. Provision is to be made for legal damage amounting to 25,000. There is a liability for 15,000 for outstanding salaries. Sundry creditors will be reduced by 8,000, being a liability not payable. And then the stock to be increased by 15,000 and plant is to be reduced to 1,80,000. Pass journal entries and prepare revaluation account. So while passing the journal entry, first of all, bad debts. Bad debts, there is a bad debts of 10,000. As you are seeing in the question, there is a bad debts of 10,000. So here, bad debts account debit 10,000 to debtors account 10,000. So this will be the first entry. Then we have to charge this bad debts from the already made provision for doubtful debts, which is given in the question. Sundry debtors 1,50,000 and already provision has been made for 9,000. So we have to charge this bad debts from this provision. Suppose the provision was not there, then we have to charge this bad debts from revaluation account. Now the provision, there is a bad debts account debit credit 10,000. We have to cancel this bad debts. Earlier it has been debited, now credited. Now the 10,000 will be charged from provision for doubtful debts 9,000, because 9,000 is the maximum balance that is given in the balance sheet asset side. As you can see, 9,000 is the maximum balance, so we can charge bad debts up to 9,000 only, because that is 9,000 maximum given in the balance sheet asset side for provision for doubtful debts. Now remaining 1,000 will be charged from revaluation account. So entry will be provision for doubtful debts account debit, revaluation account debit to bad debts account 10,000. This is very important entry. You ought to read it carefully. Then how you can charge the bad debts from provision for doubtful debts and revaluation account. Now we have to maintain the provision for doubtful debts in the same way as that has been maintained. So first you have to calculate the ratio, the percentage at what rate it has been maintained. So for 1,50,000 it is 9,000. 9,000 into 100 by 1,50,000, that is 6%. 9,000 is a provision for doubtful debts that has been maintained, and then 1,50,000 is a debtors. So for 1,50,000, 9,000 will be maintained for 1,50,000. Then out of 100, how much percentage for provision for doubtful debts? That will be 6%. So 6% is the rate at existing rate at which provision for doubtful debts maintained for debtors. Now bad debts, now we have to calculate the new provision. Debtors 1,50,000, bad debts 10,000. Then for 1,40,000, that is, they are the doubtful debts. So we are making the provision for doubtful debts 6% of 1,40,000. We are taking 1,40,000 into 6 by 100. That will be 8,400. So 8,400 is the new provision for doubtful debts. And these are the remaining debtors that we have to show in the revised balance sheet, which you no need to make. Now revaluation account debit 8,400 to provision for doubtful debts 8,400. Likewise, you will do this entry because you have to charge the provision for doubtful debts from the revaluation account. Now creditors has been increased in this case, so revaluation account debit to creditors account 20,000. Debit stands for losses for revaluation account, and creditors the liability. The liability increase, that will be credited. Now revaluation account debit to provision for legal damage that has been occurred in the question. Again, this is a liability increase. Revaluation account debit to outstanding salary. Again, the liability increase for 15,000. Now the creditors decrease. Creditors account debit to revaluation account 8,000 creditors is decreased. So that is why creditors account debit to revaluation account. Stock asset that has been increased. Stock account debit to revaluation account 15,000. Plant has been reduced by 20,000. Plant revaluation account debit to plant 20,000. Asset decrease, that is why credited, and this is a loss, so revaluation account debit in this case. So these are all the journal entries. Now how revaluation account is to be made? Revaluation account, particular amount, debit, credit. Debit means all losses and expenses, credit all income and gain. So first of all, bad debts. Bad debts you are charging from the revaluation account, so 2 bad debts 1,000. Then provision for doubtful debts has been charged. The provision for doubtful debts 8,400. Then creditors have been increased, so that is why revaluation account debit side 20,000. Provision for legal damages liability again increased, losses 25,000 on the debit side. Outstanding salary has been increased. Again the liability increase and the losses for revaluation account, that is debited. And plant is decreased, and plant is an asset, that is the loss for the firm, so plant will be shown in the debit side of revaluation account. And what about the credit side? Creditors has been decreased, so that is why 8,000 is on the credit side, like it is considered as a gain. Stock has been increased 15,000, that is shown on the credit side because asset increased. Now after deducting the total of debit and credit, you will get the losses 66,400, and that will be divided among the all partners A, B, C. All the retiring, A is retiring even though he will get the loss of revolution account. So there is a reconstitution of partnership firm where all the partners will get the profit or loss out of the revolution account. So A, B, C are the partner, they will get their share 66,400 in the ratio 5:3:2. That is the old profit sharing ratio. And in this way we will calculate the revolution account. And if you will pass the entry like the revolution account, first of all see like revolution account debit with 1000. So make revolution account debit 1000, and in the revolution account cannot show. So what will go? Reverse of revolution account, that is bad debts account, that will be with the amount is this, and the in the particular column the account will go bad debts account. So 2 bad debts account. Likewise you will do the all entries. In this way you can do the another posting also. Revolution account debit to provision for doubtful debts. So revolution account debit 8400. So what will go? Provision for doubtful debts. Debit side you have to write down 8400, and you have to write the reverse of revolution account, that is provision for doubtful debts in the debit side. Same is there. Revolution account debit 20,000, creditors credit 20,000. So revolution account will be debited with 20,000. And what will you show in the particulars column? That is a reverse of revolution account for creditors account. In the same way, revolution account debit provision for legal damages. So revolution account will be debited with 25,000, and what will you show on the debit side particular column? Provision for legal damages. Revolution account debit to outstanding salary. In the same way, debit 15,000, and what you will show in particular column? Outstanding salary. And here also revolution account here is credit. So revolution account credit side show 8,000, and what will you go to the particulars column? Reverse of revolution account, that is creditors account. And in the same way, stock account debit to revolution account. So revolution account will be credited with 15,000, and what will be credited in this case? Reverse of revolution account, that is stock account. And now revolution account debit to plant account. So revolution account will be debited 20,000, and what will we go to the debit side? Reverse of revolution, that is plant account 20,000. So you can pass the ledger posting. You can do ledger posting in this way. And also you know that there is a on the debit side, what you will show? You show decrease. Debit side is loss and expenses of revolution account, and credit side is income and gain. So what is the loss and expenses? That is increase in creditors. Whenever there is increase in liability, that is a loss, and whenever there is a decrease in asset, that is a loss. And here credit means income and gain, that means increase in assets, that will go this side. And in the case of liability, decrease in liability is the gain, that will go credit side in this way. Okay? So you have to pass entry in this way, and posting you can do in this way, or you know that what are to show in the debit side revolution account, on the credit side revolution account. So this is about the revolution account. Why we make revolution account? Because there is a reconstitution of partnership firm, that other one partner is retiring in this case.